how was my experience of walking with lions? And how did I get there? A lot of people have asked me this question, and to be honest, this is the first place that I've ever heard of that you can actually go walking with lions. So, like, I flew to West Africa and I went to a place called Gambia, and in that place called Gambia, I had to sort of catch a ferry over to Senegal. And Senegal is like, it borders the outskirts of Gambia, and you can sort of, I don't know if you can get a flight to Senegal. I've not really done any research on that, but I went to a place called Zambian Experiences, and it cost about £125, I think, to go on the actual safari at a place called Fatali Game Park. And the safari alone was about £120. This £120 contributed to local schools. It contributed to the actual park and the welfare and the care of the animals, and actually some went back to the people that run the thing. So it wasn't just the money stayed inside the country, and it got funded into schools and a couple of other things that they said. I can't really remember for all the things that it funded. So I thought it was quite a really positive experience. And to add the walking with lions experience onto that, I think it was an extra £20. And I actually checked from Zambian Experiences, and I actually checked with, I think, another app called TUI or something like that, which actually offered the same experience, and the prices was actually quite similar. And I went directly to Zambian Experiences because they actually run it, and they're the people that make sure that the funding, the charity, the money that goes there goes to 25% go to the children into a local school in Senegal. And I thought that was quite interesting. And how was my experience getting there? Well, I had to get a ferry from Gambia port over to Senegal. That experience in itself was fucking amazing. Travelling over the border and witnessing the culture and stuff like that was absolutely brilliant, and I thought it was amazing, to be fair. And then when we got there, actually getting to Fatali Game Park was amazing. Before people say, oh, you shouldn't do that, the lion's in captivity and they raised wrong and animal cruelty and all that stuff. It's a load of nonsense, mate. I have never seen animals so happy. Like, when the guy come and we got there with the guide that took us there, the man that opened the gate and let us into the park where the lions actually lived, it was like a couple of acres, this place, and the guy had the staff in front of us, and he actually whistled for the lions, and they just come running from out of the wild, and he was dead happy to see him, and he commanded them to sit down and stay where he was. And then a couple of more guards come, I say guards, but there was more how do you explain it? Zoo. I wouldn't say the zoo, because it wasn't even a zoo. They're not in a zoo. They're actually in a protected wildlife sanctuary where it's just acres and acres of land. And I thought that was brilliant. And they lived there just normally, and it talked about the feeding and the welfare and the care of the lions, and you could see actually how happy they was. You could see that they was actually quite stable. They looked well cared for. They looked well looked after, and I thought that was brilliant. And they had free roam. They literally had free roam of acres and acres of land, which I thought was brilliant. And then when we went on the open top roof safari, we had to actually go in an open top truck, and we had to drive round acres and acres and acres upon acres for 45 minutes before we even come across any animals, because they didn't even know where they was. They leave them to just roam around anywhere, and then we actually go into the game park and actually try and look for the animals. And I thought that was brilliant. It wasn't like in a petting zoo like you see here. The animals was just free to roam everywhere, and it was all protected. It was beautiful. It was just beautiful. It was everything that I could wish for in the experience of going on safari, and I thought that was brilliant. And before anyone says that it shouldn't be like that, blah blah blah, and this and animal welfare and all that stuff, I seen them animals was in better living conditions than some of the people and their living conditions over there in the country. So I thought that was quite shocking, to be fair. These animals was well cared for. It was beautiful experience. I went with Zambian Experience, as I said. I'd really recommend that you go directly to Zambian Experiences, because they will make sure and they will actually show you evidence of the money and where it goes to, and how it goes directly to supporting schools in Fatali in Senegal, and other forms of, like, you know, charity work and stuff that they do there, which I thought was beautiful. The actual walking with lions was an experience for me which I never thought was possible. I never thought that I could actually go and, like, be in touching distance of a lion. I could see it there. There was nothing between us. There was literally no fence, no nothing, no guard, no nothing. I could literally reach out and touch the lion. Not that I did, but I actually got to, like, walk privately behind the lions, as you've seen in the video, and it was absolutely beautiful. I can't explain anything more than that. If you want any more information about the experience in general, please just hit me up in the comments. Tell me what you think. The actual video and the footage of me, the vlog that I'm going to be creating, is going onto YouTube very soon. Please head over to, if you go on the thing, you could probably get my link off somewhere, and go and subscribe on the YouTube, and it actually shows my experience of travelling from Gambia in the minibus to the ferry port, going through the ferry port, going through customs into Senegal, going through more customs, going through border crossings, going through the culture, going through the markets, all the way over to the open top truck safari, into Fatali, past the actual school that the funding goes to, and then going into the safari, finding the animals, actually walking with, like, it's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. I just need to get it onto the computer and edit it all. It's coming in good time. Please show your support. Go over there if you can. If you want more information, if there's anything that I've missed out, please don't hesitate to just give me a message, and I'll be quite happy to help. It was a beautiful experience, and I would definitely recommend it for anybody that is looking to go traveling, experience some culture, doing things that are literally sort of, I never thought was even possible. You know, I never thought these experiences were possible, but, you know, people at the Gambian safari experiences definitely made that possible, and they've got so many other experiences available as well. So thank you guys, thank you for everybody that supported me so far on this little journey of mine, and there's plenty more vlogs to come. Stay blessed, guys. Love you all.